Hey, what is going on, guys? This is DJ Clam Smasher, and today I'm bringing you an episode of Elite Gaming versus Spartans Legacy. These guys are the top clan at this moment, and they have been killing it. We did face them today, or I should say yesterday, versus Spartans Legacy, and as you can see, it was a very close war. 10v10s, we got 10 out of 37. And to be honest, we were so close on so many of them. We had 299%, so that would have enabled, more 11v11 opportunities. They did a very great job. They got 13 out of 39, and they did manage to convert and get an 11v11. They were super close as well. They got 299% on two of our guys, so they could have potentially gotten a higher score, but it was a very close war overall. So I'm glad that we were able to compete at this high level. And as you can see, there was no 11v11s by us, but 9v9s, 77% for us and 81% for them. So it was pretty good overall, just in general. We did manage to not get a 10v11, and then we missed an attack, as you can see. One of the 10s, so I'm pretty sure it would have been a little bit closer, a little bit crazier, but overall I feel that Elite Gaming did a great job, especially when we're dealing against the top clan at this moment. So let's go ahead and get started with the recap. Alright guys, so as you can see, 128 to 129. The percentage, of course, Spartans Legacy did have it because they were able to convert a few of the 11v11s, and they got 99% on two of them. This one right here and Charlton, they did 3-star GP. It did take them a pretty good amount of tries, but they were able to pull that through. And for the most part, let's see, we were also very close on one of them. The hit on 89% was super close, just a few skellies that kind of killed the remaining troops, but for the most part, it was a very close war. It definitely came down to the 11v11s. So let's go ahead and take a look and start with the number 28. This one is the lowest Town Hall 10. So we're going to go ahead and start with that one. And as you can see, Matos did the Falcon attack. It's been pretty strong. And as you can see, started with the King and then finally sent in the Queen and just kind of being very patient. And as you can see, Baby Dragon up top with the Wizard just to kind of help out and get rid of some of those structures, making sure that the Queen can, create that real nice funnel. And it was very different here, as you can tell. He didn't really start the Valk attack portion like how most do, which is, putting the Queen on one side, the King on the other, and having the Valks go in the middle. He actually did a little bit different, so he created a funnel with the Baby Dragon, and then he was able to send in the Valkyries once he knew that the Valkyries would go straight to the core. So as you can see, the Valkyries did a great job. They pretty much stood up the whole time. Real nice rage spell to take care of that Town Hall, and then was able to move in towards the rest of the defenses. The Queen did a great job. She stayed alive for the most part. Finally did go down and send in the Hog Riders for the rest of the base, and as you can see, the healers converged to the Hog Riders, and they pretty much destroyed this base. So great job there by Matos, pretty much destroying this base hardcore. So many Hog Riders, so many Valkyries, and of course, a lot of bowlers. So good stuff there, and that is the first 10v10 that we got. And then let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So this one I actually tried to get it, and guess what? Elixir storage standing up at the very end, so I got 99%. So very bad luck there, but the good thing is that John came in there and he was able to start the Falcon attack from the top portion instead, so from 12 o'clock. So as you can see, just got a few archers in there to create a funnel, and then finally sending the King with the Valkyries, so they're pretty much going in the core, sending a few wall breakers. So usually you don't do that, but he did bring in the wall breakers, which made it very efficient for the Valkyries. Didn't even have to waste any seconds pounding on the wall. And as you can see, real nice heal and a scaly spell to kind of protect the King, making sure that the King doesn't get taken down by the single Inferno. And then a few Hog Riders towards the end. He may have forgotten about that Tesla because it looks like he just sent them all in one section, but it's all good. These troops pretty much survived. There's so many Valkyries, King ability, and bowlers still standing strong with a few Valkyries. Actually, not just a few, there's actually about 7 Valkyries there, standing strong with the Queen still up and running. So it was a very powerful attack. As you can see, these Valkyries just pretty much taking coverage for the King and Queen. The King did get ahead, so no worries there, but at least the Queen was able to stay alive for the most part and managed to be able to take care of the rest of the base. So great job there by Big John getting that 10v10. We also had a pretty bad outcome as far as one of our players actually DC'd as he was doing an attack that we were like 98% or something like that, very close to getting that 3-star. So it was just, bad luck for the most part on a few of the things that were about it. But at least I'm glad to know that us, Elite Gaming, can compete at a high level. So very excited for the next war against OHG. So stay tuned for that, which will be coming up this upcoming Saturday. So anyways, as you can see, this core section by Beatdown went in there, real nice jump spill in the range to kind of take care of the core portion, real nice kill squad. And then after that, send in the Hog Riders from 6 o'clock. And this time he's going counterclockwise. And then check out these heal spells. So real nice heal spell placement, taking care of these Hog Riders, making sure that they stay alive for the most part. Has a poison spell saved up, and as you can see, is going to use this poison spell for the Skellies. That way the Skellies aren't just chasing the Hog Riders. He was trying to be a little bit more patient because of those Skellies over there up top. But it didn't matter too much because he still had so many Hog Riders left. Hog Riders finally turned around, took care of the skeletons, and then it was just clean up from here. So great job there by Beatdown, giving them a beatdown for this base. So let's go ahead and fast forward this. That way we can take a look at the rest of the hits. So there we have it. So that's Beatdown doing a kill squad hog attack. And now let's go ahead and move on to number 25. And this one's actually going to be by Scab Collector. He's doing a different variation of the Falcon. He's actually incorporating some witches. So you'll go ahead and take a look at this one. Baby Dragon up top, just to kind of create that funnel, making sure that the queen goes and walks the right direction. And then watch this. Check it out. The witches and a bowler flank. Pretty much it's like a witch and a falcon combined for the most part, just the flank portion at least. And that really helped out, especially because it was a king. So the skeletons, being created with the help of the bowlers, were able to take care of business. And then after that, just send in the rage heal to be able to get into the core. This baby dragon stayed up for a while, so it caused a little bit of trouble. But the good thing is that he was able to take care of that baby dragon with the poison. The poison was there enough to be able to, take care of the baby dragon. And then after that, the king was moving through. He does have a Skelly spell to be able to protect himself from that single Inferno. So he's going to be very patient here. And as you can see, the Inferno range, the queen is able to stay away from that Inferno, which really helped out because he didn't have a spell. Not a spell, a queen ability. So he did need that Skelly spell to be able to help out. And that bowler bounce was just super clutch, took care of that single Inferno, and that's the 3-star versus Chilla. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next one, and this one's actually going to be by Judo, and it's going to be a Queen Charge Lalo. It's going to be starting at the 9 o'clock portion. A minion just to kind of take care of business, making sure that the queen kind of stays inside, doesn't travel too far. And the king is just kind of getting rid of some of the trash over there by like around 10 o'clock to make sure that the queen doesn't walk up by accident. And then here we go, wall breakers raged in to put it into the score section. The queen's about to go down with the one of the air defenses for sure, and it still has queen ability, which really helps out. So here comes the CC, real nice poison to be able to take care of the clan castle. And then after that, once the queen starts moving in, there goes the Lalo portion, uses the queen ability for that single Inferno, takes down the air sweeper, which really helps out, especially with the loom pathing up top at 12. And then after that, rage heal in the core section, because as you can see, there are so many wizard towers up there, which could have easily taken care of the loons, but he was able to rage heal the core and was able to power through and take care of the space. So great job there by Judo, doing that super awesome Queen Charge Lalo. So let's go ahead and move on to the next hit. Let's see now. This one's actually going to be by Ryan, and he's going to be doing a Queen Charge Lalo as well. And he is going to be taking Bakir, who was with us for a while, but he did move to Spartans Legacy. So anyways, as you can see, Queen Charge Lalo, King over there at the top at 6, just kind of getting rid of some of these structures, and then he being very patient with this portion, making sure that he can charge in, just because of the fact that oh wow, that was a great loon. As you can see, took care of both of those Sams, which would have taken down 2 of his healers. So that was just real nice deployment of that loon to be able to trigger those 2 Sams. And as you can see, the queen did go down. Now he's going to start the Lalo portion because he doesn't want the single Inferno to target the queen. And then this Inferno tower is pretty far away, so it's going to be a while for the queen to be targeted there anyways, and has the queen ability. So great stuff there. As you can see, heal, and then a haste spell, just because there's 2 wizard towers. And then he's about to use the queen ability. Didn't have to, because the balloons were able to, you know, handle business just before the queen was about to get taken down, and was pretty much able to swag this queen ability. So great stuff there by Ryan, just killing it. You know, pretty much recovered. He was having a hard time with some 10v10s, but now he's just on top of his game. So good stuff there, Ryan. And this one, let's see. These are just dips. Here we go. So this one is going to be TT on Vengeful Zach. Vengeful Zach actually 6-packed right away within 20 minutes of each other, and just got to 2 solid 3 starters. And I think they were fresh, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, the good thing is that TT was able to take him down, so that was real nice. So as you can see, the queen charge is queen walk is going to be started closer to 3 o'clock, going up at 12. There goes the healer, the witch flank, and then there goes the giants with the bowlers, and as you can see, a few Valkyries. So that was a real nice addition. If you remember, you know, TT's version of the bow witch attack was working very well, but adding the Valkyries really did make a huge difference. And as you can see, the giants are just tanking. The king is still standing. The queen had to use the queen ability, but the queen is in the core, and she's just doing so much work because she can just reach places that the other troops can't. So it really helps out, and her DPS is just tremendous. So as you can see, the bowler witch flank actually did a great job. Survived pretty much the whole route, and was able to take care of the bottom defenses that would have otherwise killed the queen. So good stuff there by TT. And then once that what is it called? The expo went down, it was pretty much game over from here. There's only 1 cannon left, and so many bowlers and a couple witches, or 1 witch. So, you know, it was pretty much over from here. The queen had her little range, wasn't going to be able to be taken care of by the cannon, so it was a real nice combination. Now let's go ahead and see what else we got. So 16. This was actually going to be a falcon, and it's going to be by Fog. He just killed it right here. So just check this out. So there goes baby dragon up at 6 o'clock, and then the baby dragon is going to be able to move down south, and as you can see, king over there getting rid of the troops, I mean the buildings and trash buildings, to make sure that these Valkyries go into the core. So then the queen starts going the wrong way, so you know, we thought maybe this isn't going to work out so well, but he was able to just rage and heal and power through. And then check out these Hog Riders. He just sent them all in right there. But it was just such a great combination, because those Hog Riders were able to get ahead, tank for the Valkyries, and kind of gave the Valkyries enough time to be able to get through and get into that single Inferno compartment. And then after that, the queen, since she walked, you know, that really helped out, because she was able to take care of some of the structures on the outside where the troops would have been stuck. So that was a great combination. And then right here's where it got a little sketch. As you can see, there's 2 defenses. We weren't sure about the HP on this one, so we were a little worried because we thought it was going to be like a 99%er. I mean, we did have a lot of those, so that was unfortunate. But the good thing is that the bowler was able to take care of that archer tower before the queen was down. So that was some good stuff there by Fog. So let's go ahead and move on to the next hit. Let's see. Actually, this one was me. Oh, never mind. That's my dip, not that one. So this one, let's go ahead and take a look. So this one's by Suggy. And as you can see, this is a Sui Lalo up top at 12 o'clock with the queen. So first, the baby dragon wizard combination, just to kind of get rid of some of these defenses. Actually, it's not a Sui Lalo, sorry. It was a queen charge. So as you can see, the queen goes in. The king is going to be tanking for the queen. And then after that, uses the king ability, because it was pretty close at this point. And the good thing is that he did have that king there to kind of be distracting the Valkyries, because those Valkyries would have otherwise just trashed the queen. So anyways, very great value here by the queen charge. Is able to take care of the expos and defenses up top at 12. Now it's going to start the Lalo portion, and this time it's going to be a little bit different. Usually you want a queen charge to get to the enemy queen, but instead he was able to queen charge, or queen walk I should say, to be able to Lalo at the top. And then after that, sent in a rage with a scaly spell to be able to take care of the enemy queen. So it was a bit different, not your regular queen walk Lalo, but you know, he took care of business. and got the solid 3 stars. It was pretty much overkill at this point. So many loons and so many minions. Queen fully healed, so good stuff there. So let's go ahead and move on to the final few hits. I think this is the last one. Let's see. Yeah. So this is going to be the last one, and this one's actually by me. And I did a bow witch attack. So we were a little iffy on this one. We were discussing about this a lot for a while, just because we weren't sure how the troops were going to funnel, but I wasn't too worried just because I figured that as long as I got enough in the core, I'd be fine. So this was where it got a little sketch because the queen was taking so much fire, so I did have to use a queen ability. I really didn't want to, but I didn't want to spend a rage spell in that on the queen. So there we go, guys. As you can see, send in the rage, heal, and then this is where it got a little sketch. I forgot to send in the wizards, and the wizards were gonna help take care of the baby dragon. And because of that, that baby dragon actually stayed alive for quite some time. I thought this raid was gonna be over because of that big mistake that I made. But the good thing is that the queen was able to get in there, take care of the baby dragon, and then after that I had the wizards, you know, the ones that I was going to use at the beginning to kind of walk through and kind of help the queen take care of some of these structures. It was very close on time, but I was able to get this base taken care of. And as you can see, the queen was standing strong. There was nothing to take care of the healers, which really helped out. And these defenses were pretty well spread out, which helped out a lot because then the queen was able to take care of the Tesla, the cannon, and then the wizard tower at the very end. So that was my hit, guys. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up because we didn't get any 11v11, so there's nothing for me to show you here. But as you can see, guys, we were able to, you know, manage to have some great defenses. We were able to pull through with the base building. They didn't get as many 10v10s as we were expecting, which really helped out. And then they did get one 11v11, but that was pretty much it. So it was a very close war. Very excited to go on to the next week, and we'll see you guys then. So thanks again for tuning in, and don't forget to keep calm and clash on, and go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you want to keep checking Elite Gaming's CWL tracking pretty much. And I'll see you guys next time. And